You know, I've been a fan of the Halo franchise since 2001. Not when the game released in November 2001. I've been a fan ever since I played it at E3 in May 2001. When it wasn't a known property, when it was a small game in the back corner of one of the halls, no glitz, no glamour, just a couple of demo booths set up, and I got to play Capture the Flag on Blood Gulch, and it's hooked me ever since. The mythology, the lore, the soundtrack, the gameplay, the characters, I've loved it. And so I know Microsoft has wanted to get the property of Halo onto the big screen in one way or another, and that's failed miserably over the years. It's always had its own set of problems, and I think in part because Microsoft is just not willing to pony up the dough to do the damn thing themselves. Fine, you don't have a distributor. Pony it up, make sure it's good, you'll get a distributor. I don't, or release it yourself, screw it. You have the money, man, to make a $150 million Halo movie, you'll make it back. Trust me. I would have seen the Alex Garland one, written one quite a bit. I've read the script, it was quite good. But now we've got this Showtime TV series that's been talked about now for a little bit of time. And we got our first kind of big bit of information going forward, and that's that they've brought in Otto Bathurst to replace Rupert Wyatt as the director, and Showtime cuts the episode order. So both of those are bad things in my opinion. Maybe bad. Okay, I at least want to start off by saying that it could maybe not be as bad as they say. So basically, Otto Bathurst here is the guy who directed Robin Hood. Yeah, last fall's Robin Hood that no one saw over the winter break, that no one checked out during Thanksgiving, and the reviews were not too kind to. So they're bringing this guy in to direct a bunch of episodes for the Halo series for Showtime, which is set to go into production this fall, meaning it won't even hit the small screen, the pay service, until sometime in mid to late 2020, which sucks because I thought it was already closer than that, but I guess I'm just wrong. That's okay. That's all right. I want him to get it right. I want it to be good. But Otto Bathurst? Really? Robin Hood looked pretty terrible. Robin Hood looked kind of, how do I describe it? Remember Aragon? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the dragon one, right? Where Fox brought in a visual effects director to make his first feature film debut on that movie. And then here with Robin Hood, it kind of felt like that. But the thing is it's not that Otto can't direct good stuff. He actually was responsible for directing the very first episode of Black Mirror. You know, the one where the prime minister has sex with a pig? He directed that, and it was a pretty intense and interesting 45 minutes. Which makes me then wonder if this director is better suited for the small screen versus the big screen. And there's nothing wrong with that if he is. In fact, I think that probably would be better for him if that's the case. So the way I view it is this is both a good and a bad thing. You have a guy who's been proven on television, but movies bad. And that might also be producer oversight with Robin Hood wanting to go more Guy Ritchie, King Arthur type style with it, which is what it felt like, even though that failed miserably too. But Showtime cutting the episode order by one, that's interesting. Why is it that they would go from 10 to 9 episodes? Maybe it's because the plot just wasn't matching up. The pacing just wasn't there. This is probably going to be one that's a long, like an over arc series that makes it feel like it's, what's the word I want to use here? It makes it feel like one long story versus individual monster of the week type episodes. So that could be something. That could be a thing. We're going to have to wait and find out. But ultimately, I'm interested to see where this goes, because this could still be either really good or really bad. But changing the director after Rupert Wyatt backed out kind of feels like it's just like a scramble to get somebody in the role. But the producers have kind of managed that by saying, well, yeah, you know, really it was just the time frame to get it off the ground. These television shows are longer than movies because they take longer to make. So you know how it is. Maybe. It says to me that the Showtime group was having trouble finding a right director. So they found a guy who made a movie that bombed last year, but did one good episode of Black Mirror. And like, maybe you could make it work. And maybe he can. I don't want to badmouth the guy because I don't know. Maybe he can. Maybe he will be able to make it good. We'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I leave it to you. Do you think that this show should even come out? Do you think that they should just let Halo be? Do you think they're actually going to be able to tell us a good story that's going to be an episodic television show based around Master Chief? If so, what story do you want it to be told? Do you want them to just remake The Fall of Reach and have us go through the story of John becoming John 117, becoming Spartan? Let me know down in the comments. My name, of course, is Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. Have yourself a great day, guys, and peace out. Hey, thank you so much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. While you're here, feel free to check out that subscribe button. You know, help the channel out. Or you can watch any of the newest videos and make sure that you're caught up to date with what's going on in Hollywood and entertainment. So that way, when you're at work tomorrow, you can wow your friends with the information you learned from watching these videos. That's right. I said it. Subscribe.